The fieldwork for the poll that I'm about to show you was done on the 9th and 10th of January. And to take you through the results, I'm joined by Yashwant Deshmukh, lead cephalogist at Seawater. We also have with us on this broadcast Sanju Verma, national spokesperson of the BJP. Jasmine Shah is the national chief spokesperson of the Aam Aadmi Party. I have Siddharth Mishra, who's an author and a long-time observer of Delhi politics. I want to take you through the first question. Do you think that the charge of excessive renovation at the Chief Minister's residence, which is called Sheesh Mahal by the BJP, will impact the AAP's electoral fortunes? Is Sheesh Mahal negative for the Aam Aadmi Party? Remember, there's been so much talk about Sheesh Mahal, so I decided let's just try and put some data behind it and see what voters out on the streets think about this. So, if you ask amongst BJP voters, naturally, 6 out of 10 say, yes, it will have a negative impact. But I would say discount this for a moment because this is along predictable lines. What is interesting here is that 1/3 of AAP voters think that Sheesh Mahal will have a negative impact on the AAP's prospects. 1/3 of AAP voters think that. About 60% of AAP voters say that there is no impact. It also reflects a very high, and remember, Delhi is a small state, lots of media, social media, digital penetration, therefore awareness about issues is very high. Only 5% of total voters say they are unaware of the issue. Just 6% of overall voters say they are unaware of this issue. Two things to look out here. More than 1/3 of AAP voters say it has a negative impact on the Aam Aadmi Party. 57% say it has no impact. And naturally, amongst BJP voters, those who think it has a very strong negative impact is very high. That's along predictable lines. Let me put the first question to Jasmine Shah. Jasmine, ordinarily the renovation of the Chief Minister's house would not be much of an issue. But given the kind of standards that Arvind Kejriwal and the Aam Aadmi Party set of probity, of having a very low-profile life when you're in public service, not having big gadis, big bungalows, that seems to be the problem here. Even if I discount what BJP voters say, amongst AAP voters, is it disconcerting for you? The 36% say that Sheesh Mahal will have a negative impact on AAP's electoral fortunes.
Rahul, first of all, the official CM residence was not renovated. It was built ground up. For the first time in the history of Delhi, an official CM residence was constructed. And there is no scam, there is no allegation, there is full probity. So this entire point that kahin pe probity nahi thi. And we in fact told the BJP, we told the media that the kind of lies and falsehoods Sanju Verma and her party are talking about, ki sone ke toilet dal dijiye, wahan pe dal diye, swimming pool dal diya. We took the entire media, we said ki chalo dikha dete hain, doodh ka doodh, pani ka pani ho jayega. The Delhi police of the BJP did not allow the media to get in. So that shows that the amount of falsehoods and how many times you repeat a lie. At the same time, there is a Raj Mahal of the Prime Minister built at, and that is a renovation because we've had Prime Ministers residing at the Prime Minister's residences earlier. 2,700 crores spent on the Raj Mahal.
No, you again mentioned this figure of 2,700 crores. Exactly. I asked an AAP leader yesterday and I didn't get a clear answer. Where do you get this 2,700 crore rupees figure from?
Rahul, it is very well known. We have our sources within the government. I challenge BJP to order a CAG audit of the Raj Mahal expenditure. Just like they are saying that everything, सब कुछ अरविंद केजरीवाल में ही खराबी है. अगर आपने ये खर्चा नहीं किया है, please order a CAG
audit. No, how do you arrive? No, Jasmine Shah, you're a well-educated public official. How do you arrive at in you're leveling a charge, so I take it seriously. How do you arrive at the figure of 2,700 crore rupees being spent on the Prime Minister's residence? Where did you get this figure from?
We have received this from sources, Rahul, very sure sources who have said that this is the kind of expenditure that is going on. And I'm telling you,
sources
why not CAG? आपके भी sources होते हैं, हमारे भी होते हैं, Rahul. Come on. So I'm saying अगर कुछ छुपाने लायक चीज नहीं है, then why not do a CAG audit on Raj Mahal? Take the media, chalo forget CAG audit. We are asking, take the media to the Raj Mahal, show that Prime Minister ने कितने हजार करोड़ के क्या-क्या खर्चे किए हैं, the kind of chandeliers, the kind of carpets, the kind of there are 5,000 suits that the Prime Minister has. You've also seen, I have also seen 3 times a day he changes his suits.
So ये आप chandeliers की बात करें, कहाँ पे chandelier Prime Minister के घर में? Actually, why I'm so peaked?
Let's go.
I've actually been there. He doesn't have, I haven't been to every room, but whenever I've been, there have been no grand chandeliers.
not the renovated place, Rahul. You've not been to where the renovation is going on as part of the Central Vista project. That's why I'm saying,
सर वो
let
renovation नहीं है, वो
the
तो नया बन रहा है. See, there's so much disinformation. There's a new house being built which is close to the Prime Minister's office. That's a brand new house. That's not a renovation. अभी आप क्या कर रहे हो? You're throwing some mud. Just pick up some mud. उन्होंने हम पे मिट्टी फेंकी, हम उन पे कुछ मिट्टी फेंक दे. Because there is no house which is being renovated. There is 7 LKM, which looks very different from when it did when Manmohan Singh lived there, but it didn't cost 2,700 crores. That's impossible. I've been there several times. I know for a fact that it couldn't have cost that much money. There is a new house being built adjacent to his new office, which is still a work in progress, which isn't ready yet. So you can't say there's chandeliers because वहाँ तो building भी नहीं बनी, ढांचा भी नहीं बना, तो 2700 करोड़ रुपए कैसे खर्च हो गए? कौन सा source है भाई आपका?
आप ले तो जाइए, Rahul. If that is the reality, why is BJP hiding? We are saying we are open to full probity. There is nothing that, see, this entire, and we have to, and your viewers need to understand, the reason why this issue is being raked up by the BJP is because they have nothing to tell the people of Delhi कि पिछले 10 साल में आपने क्या किया. The people of Delhi only ask BJP to solve their law and order issue. We know that law and order comes under the center. What has happened? The number of rape incidents have doubled in Delhi in the last 10 years. Delhi is the crime capital. Highest number of murders, highest number of child kidnapping. It's, gang wars on the streets of Delhi. They do not want to sit and talk with Rahul Kanwal about their track record of law and order. They want to sit here and talk about absolutely false allegations. And I think that is the difference between Aam Aadmi Party and BJP.
Sanju Verma, you came up with this Sheesh Mahal issue. Now, 47% say it will impact the AAP negatively overall. And I will show you what people think of Raj Mahal. But the Aam Aadmi Party, in typical AAP style, has tried to counter that by now conjuring this figure given by some sources that 2,700 crore rupees have been spent on building this Raj Mahal.
Rahul, you are somebody who always sticks to the hard facts. And I'm surprised that the Aam Aadmi Party spokesperson is so clueless, so willfully ignorant. And he said, nahi, hamare to ji sources hain. And you simply smiled and gave him a free run and a free pass. Let me educate Aam Aadmi Party's ignorant panelists. 13,450 crore, not just 2,700 crore, is being incurred. But this does not include the Prime Minister's house alone. It includes 10 buildings of the Common Central Secretariat, Executive Enclave, Central Conference Center, official residence of the Honorable Vice President, official residence of the Prime Minister, renovated North Block, renovated South Block, और ये जो आप 2700 करोड़ की बात कर रहे हैं ना, Mr. Jasmine Shah, the construction work of the Prime Minister's residence has not yet been tendered and no official sanction has been provided. तो पहली बात, यहाँ बैठकर झूठ बोलोगे तो आपको कोर्ट घसीट कर लेकर जाएंगे. We will drag you to the court. So beware, do not peddle falsehoods on national television. Second point, Rahul Kanwal, very importantly, I'm not going to allow the Aam Aadmi Party, as JP Nadda says, to do latkana, atkana, bhatkana. Let us be very clear about one thing. हम तो जी राजनीति बदलने आए हैं. ट्रैक रिकॉर्ड क्या है? बदबूदार पानी, जहरीली हवा, लावारिस मोहल्ला क्लिनिक्स, कूड़े का ढेर, and a revenue surplus. Delhi, for the first time in more than 3 decades, has turned into a revenue deficit Delhi. If you ask them, अरे जी आप तो कहते हो हमने 45 फ्लाईओवर्स बनाए हैं, नेम 10 फ्लाईओवर्स, ये अपनी बगले झांकने लगेंगे. They will say हमने तो जी 25 मेडिकल कॉलेजेस खोले हैं. You ask them to name 5 मेडिकल कॉलेजेस, ये इधर उधर देखने लगेंगे. Then they will say हमने तो जी 20 हॉस्पिटल बनाए हैं. And I have been appalled. If you ask them to name the hospitals, they will tell you GTB Hospital, Burari Hospital, Aruna Asaf Ali Hospital. अरे ये हॉस्पिटल तो तब बनाए गए थे जब जैस्मिन शाह आप पैदा तक नहीं हुए थे. शर्म आती है या नहीं? इतनी हिपोक्रेसी आप लोग लाते कहां से हो? झूठ पर झूठ. And now, Rahul, my last point. No, you gave him a long intervention. My last point. Here you sit and talk of the Prime Minister's track record. I will just say 2 things to corroborate my point why Delhi will reject Aam Aadmi Party. 2016 dengue. Delhi was reeling under dengue and Arvind Kejriwal ने कहा मुझसे ना हो पाएगा जी. He was busy treating his throat infection at the Jindal clinic in Bengaluru And during peak COVID wave in February 2021, thank God we have Narendra Modi.
Okay,
we had Amit
okay.
Shah.
So you
We
made
have
that point.
Kejriwal.
Let me try and stick to the data, because I think we're getting carried away by the rhetoric. I want Yashwant Deshmukh to analyze the data. 36% of AAP voters and 47% overall voters say Sheesh Mahal could impact the AAP negatively. Do you think that's a very big number, particularly amongst AAP voters?
Rahul, it's an important aspect to look out for the data. I mean, almost every third AAP voter feels that it is going to have a negative impact. One-fourth of every fourth BJP voter feels that it is not going to have any impact either. I mean, that's one thing to know. Overall speaking, Aam Aadmi Party knows very well that the narrative around the Sheesh Mahal has actually a kind of boomeranged, or has actually damaged their cause of their core identity of crusader politics. That having said, Rahul, there is something in the silver lining as well. I mean, basically now they are out of that self-made crusader image, and now they have to focus more on the real governance issues, and they have to actually go back to the people and tell what they have actually done in the last 10 years, or they can tell what they feel that BJP will not be do or will remove if they come to power. So that's a kind of a sort of blessing in disguise as well. Nobody obviously believes anymore in that way that Aam Aadmi Party is a kind of a party with a difference of sort, that crusader image. That part, if they consider Aam Aadmi Party as a normal politics, but normal politics with a good record of governance probably among their support base. So that is something for them to speculate. That is for something for the BJP to actually work on as well. Because once that part of the politics is done, BJP also has to focus on one important aspect, Rahul, that research also shows that a significant number of voters in Delhi fear that if BJP comes to power, they will take away the freebies. Now, that is a counter narrative which AAP is propagating, and with that probably BJP has.
Siddharth Mishra, does it surprise you that the BJP is making Sheesh Mahal the linchpin of their attack, given that there are real governance issues like nalis, like the absence of sewerage, that could have been taken up, real issues for a government that's been in power for 10 years, and instead they've picked on Sheesh Mahal? Do you think it's the right issue? Do you think it can resonate the way the BJP hopes?
You see, BJP, I would say that BJP has been a very, very poor, pathetic opposition in last 5 years. Aam Aadmi Party could have been faulted. Aam Aadmi Party governance could have been faulted every day, every minute, every second for not providing any governance to the city. But they failed to work on that and have made an issue of Sheesh Mahal. But at the same time, I would want to say Sheesh Mahal, as Yashwant was saying, Sheesh Mahal adds value to the impression that Aam Aadmi Party is a very, very corrupt party, and its leaders are embroiled in corruption. And to correct Mr. Jasmine Shah, Delhi has a designated CM house, 33 Shamnath Marg, which you were occupying as chairman of Delhi Dialogue Commission. Mr. Badallal Khurana occupied that house as chief minister. Later, when he was replaced by Mr. Sahab Singh Verma, since he was occupying a neighboring Baklo, he did not shift there. And later, when Sheilaji became, then Sushma was chief minister for 3 months or 4 months. And then when Sheilaji became chief minister, she preferred, and that time, since the Lieutenant Governor's Rajnivas was being renovated, he had shifted to 4 Motilal Nehru Place, and Sheilaji preferred being close to Rajnivas for functioning and being heart of Delhi. So to say this excuse of yours that there was no designated CM house, I'm sorry. There is a designated CM house called 33 Shamnath Marg. आपके सर हिलाने से सर कुछ नहीं होगा. मैं आपको जो बता रहा हूँ तथ्यों में और रिकॉर्ड्स में है. और 4 flag staff road जहां पर कि अरविंद केजरीवाल जी ने शीश महल बनाया है, that was designated Speaker's House of Delhi Vidhan Sabha. Not only Delhi Vidhan Sabha, it was also the house of the chairman of Delhi Metropolitan Council, जो कि predecessor house थी Delhi Vidhan Sabha.
Okay, before I go to the next question, since you leveled a charge against Jasmine, I want to give him a very quick opportunity to respond. Jasmine.
The 33 Shamnath Marg was never designated for 2 decades. No CM of Delhi has ever lived there. So I think, let's state facts. You can say
Correct.
that
Never
you
designated.
always
It
want Arvind
it is the
Kejriwal ji,
designated CM
or
house.
you want.
You see, it
Okay,
is the
I did not
designated
interrupt
CM
you.
house.
I did not interrupt you. Let me respond. The chief minister of Delhi decides where he wants to set up the official residence of the chief minister, and it has its entire complex. It has its offices, its conference rooms, all of that. And for the first time, a facility like this was ever built. That is the reality of it. And अगर इतना ही कुछ खराब हुआ है, गंदा हुआ है, वहां पे कोई काम बहुत बड़ा सोने के टॉयलेट जैसे संजू वर्मा is claiming, then why not allow the media and go and inspect? Sanju Verma, what is the point of yelling on TV but preventing scrutiny? We took the entire media. We said open the CM's residence, then but also open the Raj Mahal. आप दोनों चीज छिपा रहे हो, and you are trying to frame this issue as something.
Okay, so let me come to the issue of Raj Mahal.
Governance.
No, one second. Let me come to the issue of Raj Mahal. What do you think of the issue of Raj Mahal? Do you think that the Sheesh Mahal controversy around the CM's house versus the Raj Mahal allegation around the PM's residence will be the single biggest issue? So let's take you through what the responses are. 23% say yes, it will be overall. 23% say it would be the single biggest issue. But almost 6 out of 10 voters say no, it's not the biggest issue. 16% say it's exaggerated for political gain. And even amongst the BJP voters, 54% say Sheesh Mahal versus Raj Mahal cannot be the biggest issue. Now, there seems to be a big disconnect. Sanju Verma, if I hear BJP leaders, they're going hammer and tongs on the issue of Sheesh Mahal, AAP countering that with Raj Mahal, but 54% of BJP voters and 56% of overall voters are saying no, this is not the main issue for them.
Rahul, let's get one thing very, very clear. Trying to build this narrative of Sheesh Mahal versus Raj Mahal, it is going to actually further undermine jo bachi khuchi credibility hai Arvind Kejriwal ki. I will tell you what the biggest issue is. The people of Delhi have wisened up to Kejriwal. The fact of the matter is that you had Sushma Swaraj, who was the BJP's chief minister. She had a great working relationship with the LG, who was from the Congress. We had Madan Lal Khurana, who was the CM from BJP. He had a great working relationship with an LG from the Congress. You had Sahib Singh Verma, who had a great relationship with the working, with the LG, who was from the Congress. Mera ye पूछना hai, Arvind Kejriwal ki na to Najib Jung se bani. Najib Jung was the LG. Arvind Kejriwal ki na to Anil Baijal se bani. Anil Baijal was the LG. अभी अरविंद केजरीवाल की वीके सक्सेना जो करंट एलजी हैं उनके साथ नहीं बन रही. So my first point is Arvind Kejriwal is unfit to govern. He does not understand the meaning of the word accountability. बदबूदार पानी दिल्ली वालों एलजी की गलती है. जहरीली हवा ये तो जी एलजी की गलती है. My leaders are all out on bail. Sanjay Singh, Satyendra Jain, Naresh Balya, Naresh Yadav, Jitendra Singh Tomar, Akhilesh Tripathi, Sharad Chauhan, संदीप कुमार, भग्गू वाला, रमन स्वामी, विजय सिंगला. किसकी गलती है? ये तो जी एलजी की गलती है. So Arvind Kejriwal needs to understand he cannot keep fooling the people. I want to say one thing. Arvind Kejriwal's biggest voter base is from the slum dwellings and from the clusters that were supposed to be rehabilitated. मैं ये पूछना चाहती हूँ, जाकर संत विहार, जाकर कठपुतली कॉलोनी, जाकर पहाड़गंज, जाकर संगम विहार, जाकर मदनपुर खादड़, इन सब जगह में जाओ. पीपल आर सेइंग हमने तो 10-12 साल पहले डिपॉजिट दिए थे. किसने 50,000 दिए, किसी ने अरविंद केजरीवाल को 70,000 दिए, किसी ने 1 लाख दिए. गरीबों का 50,000 तक ये लोग गबन कर गए. They've gobbled the money belonging to poor slum dwellers, झुग्गी झोपड़ी वाले who were looking for
Yashwant Deshmukh, if you hear BJP leaders and if you hear the counter from AAP leaders, you'd think that Sheesh Mahal or Raj Mahal would be number one. But your data seems to suggest that about 56% of overall voters and voters cutting across different voting preferences, BJP, Congress, AAP, say no, this is not the biggest issue. We often don't see this kind of dissonance between what netas are saying and what voters are feeling. So why do netas keep picking on this issue when voters are clearly telling you it's not the most important for them?
I guess that they speak on both the ends, Rahul, because voters say that, okay, if you wanted to prove that Aam party is just like any other party, point is well taken. That much damage this issue has done, and that's point well taken. But beyond that, this is not the only issue that they would like to vote on. They would like to vote on many other schemes, the freebies and everything that Aam Aadmi Party has been given, good, bad or ugly, their fiscal the impact and all those kind of things is for intellectual debates, not for the people who are living on the bottom of the pyramid. And almost 35% of Delhi actually has a very low income group kind of pyramid out there. For them, these schemes and other things matter. So basically, now they have to basically start talking about what is that they are going to offer differently. Remember, Rahul, even Prime Minister had to say in his campaign that if the BJP wins, they are not going to take the freebies back. That was the impact. And you compare that to some time back when BJP was going all out against the Revdi culture. There was their main theme that we are against the Revdi culture. Compare that to this statement. So obviously there are other things. BJP knows very well that if they really want to cross that threshold of 45% vote in Delhi, they still need to convince a lot many people out there that if we come to power, not only we are going to continue with these freebies, we are going to increase it, as a top up of something else. That top up thing we haven't heard yet. I mean, I guess that when BJP comes out with their manifesto or something, I'm really looking forward to what exactly they have to have a counter offer to the BJP.
Siddharth Mishra, respond to the point that Yashwant makes, that whether it resonates in terms of impacting voter behavior or not, what the Sheesh Mahal charge leveled by the BJP has done is to make voters realize or to drive home the point that AAP is no different from any other party. They said small gadi, small bangla, but they're staying in big gadis, big banglas. Jaise BJP and jaise Congress hai, amongst that lot is the Aam Aadmi Party. It is not decidedly different. Do you agree?
Yeah, that point is very well taken by Yashwant Deshmukh. But as I said, and what he had said earlier, that it adds value to the perception that it is no different. It is as corrupt, as bad, or as good, as honest as any other party. And if you will allow me, I will do a little fact correction on what Sanju Verma had said. Without any bias against BJP or for BJP, Shahab Singh Verma had a running battle with Tejinder Khanna, who was the LG, and as soon as BJP came to power in 96, Tejinder Khanna quit as LG of Delhi and Vijay Kapoor was appointed as LG of Delhi, and Sushma always worked with Vijay Kapoor, who was a BJP appointee. Incidentally, one name which she has not taken is Sheila Dikshit, who for good 6 years worked with the BJP appointed LG Vijay Kapoor, and they both had a very good warm relationship, not only with the LG, but also with the then Prime Minister Atal Bihari Vajpayee and Home Minister Lal Krishna Advani, who was responsible for running Delhi. So that point should be, taken into consideration. That it depends on, it's just not one party which was responsible for warmth. Both the parties were working towards it. It has been very, very unfortunate that from day one, Aam Aadmi Party has tried to harp on the powers which were never there when you were contesting elections of Delhi. You always knew what were limitations of Delhi government. You could have worked within those limitations, performed well, delivered, as the predecessor governments had delivered in Delhi. They had delivered flyovers, they had delivered roads, they had delivered hospitals. As she rightly said, that some of these hospitals were built. You have not built a single hospital after 2000.
So, this charge that both Sanju Verma and Siddharth are leveling about hospitals, about medical colleges, about infrastructure, that your claims are much more than your reality. Let Jasmine respond to that.
Rahul, multiple falsehoods, not just by Sanju Verma, but Siddharth ji also. And let me correct them point by point, okay? This first charge that koi hospital, koi health infrastructure nahi bana. When we came to power in 2015, there were around 9,500 hospital beds. This is authorized data from the health department. I request India Today to go check it. Today, there are 14,500 beds, close to 50% capacity added in 10 years. It took 65 years to build 9,500 beds. We added 50% capacity. New hospital built in Aam Aadmi Party's rule. These hospitals were not there. In 10 years, the Ambedkar Nagar hospital has come up with 600 beds. The Buradi hospital has come with 700 beds. Indira Gandhi Hospital was inaugurated in 2021 with 1,700 beds. We've set up new OPD blocks in existing hospitals. We've doubled the capacity of many hospitals. That is the way. Arun Asaf Ali, we have set up a new OPD block. Not just this, in primary care, not a single Mohalla clinic was there. Today, 550 Mohalla clinics are there. 2 crore patients visit Mohalla
Rahul,
clinics
can I come in?
every year. So ये सारा काम हुआ है. And not just that. And let me correct this on the front ki nahi, same powers were there earlier. Mr. Siddharth Mishra, you know that the bureaucracy of Delhi always reported into the Chief Minister under Sheila Dikshit ji. Even the Supreme Court gave a constitutional bench verdict of 5-0, saying that in a democracy, the bureaucracy always ought to report into the Chief Minister. It is the Modi government and the BJP that cannot digest a loss or having a powerful Arvind Kejriwal and therefore took away these powers. Still, we have managed to deliver on health, education, free bijli, free pani, 24/7 electricity. Just go to Noida, just go to Uttar Pradesh. You will see, you will see power cuts. You will see no electric buses. You will not see the kind of metro.
Okay, Jasmine Shah, you made some points. I'm going to give Sanju Verma an opportunity to respond before I come to the next data set. Sanju Verma.
Thank you. First and foremost, let's get this very, very clear, Rahul. You know, I'm appalled that Arvind Kejriwal of late has been saying, हम तो जी महिला सम्मान योजना लेकर आए हैं, हम नारी शक्ति में विश्वास रखते हैं. Your audience needs to hear this. I will never get tired of saying this. Last year, CM House के अंदर Arvind Kejriwal was present. Arvind Kejriwal की धर्म पत्नी सुनीता केजरीवाल was present. राज्यसभा MP of the आम आदमी पार्टी स्वाति मालीवाल की दिन दिहाड़े जमकर पिटाई होती है बाय अरविंद केजरीवाल खास कॉन्फिडेंट विभव कुमार. स्वाति मालीवाल इज गेटिंग बीटन ब्लैक एंड ब्लू. अरविंद केजरीवाल के मुंह में तब दही जम गया, सुनीता केजरीवाल के मुंह में तब दही जम गया. Their spokespersons used to come on TV debates rather than condemning Bibhav Kumar. These people used to indulge in character assassination of Swati Maliwal. I challenge Jasmine Shah. Himmat hai? You are sitting on live television, condemn Bibhav Kumar. Condemn the attitude of your boss Arvind Kejriwal.
I condemn this kind of liehood and falsehood.
He did not even criticize Bibhav Kumar.
Every single thing Sanju Verma has said on air today is a complete
Rahul,
lie. And I condemn this kind of lying.
Okay, Jasmine, let Sanju complete. Jasmine, let Sanju complete. I'll come back to you for a counter. Sanju, 20 more seconds.
Yes. No, I need my 40 seconds. He had a long campaign speech. Pehli baat, Swati Maliwal case is a glaring reminder to everybody. Arvind Kejriwal does not believe in Nari Shakti. Mahila Samman to dur ki baat hai. And this is the same Kejriwal. In court, there is an affidavit by the BJP. We were willing to sanction 2,406 crore for implementation of Ayushman Bharat in Delhi. And Kejriwal ने कहा नहीं, मैं आयुष्मान भारत को दिल्ली में implement नहीं करूंगा. And the same ढकोसलेबाज केजरीवाल today is saying, मैं तो जी संजीवनी योजना लेकर आया हूँ. क्यों भाई? आयुष्मान भारत implement करने में आपको क्या दिक्कत थी?
Okay, so I want to come now to the next question. This is between Sheesh Mahal and Raj Mahal. Which one do you think resonates more? So when Yashwant and his team asked this question, here are the responses. It's quite clear that BJP's allegation of Sheesh Mahal seems to resonate more because they've also been leveling this for longer. AAP has just come back with the Raj Mahal counter. 37% of overall voters say the Sheesh Mahal charge resonates more. 19% say the Raj Mahal charge leveled by AAP resonates more. Both say 14%, no impact, say 24%. So there it seems quite clear, and also possibly because they've been leveling this charge for longer. At this moment when you ask the question, Yashwant, it seems that Raj Mahal is behind Sheesh Mahal by almost 100% margin.
Rahul, it also has to do with the fact that the USP of Aam Aadmi Party was primarily built on the corruption issue. Or the issue of being honest, transparent, and being closer to the ground. I think that's where their USP was. So obviously, when something of this sort will come up, they stand to lose more on this ground. as far as the charges against the BJP is concerned, BJP with the party with the difference was something which was leveled way back. I think party with the Hindutva is still struck with them, still is very much present with them. But charges against the BJP is something which everybody, all opposition parties have been leveling for a really long time. Charges against Aam Aadmi Party, and that too serious charges, that has happened probably for the very first time in that way. In all seriousness, and in that seriousness, even the and one more thing, Rahul, we must appreciate and remember this thing, that the prime charge against the Aam Aadmi Party in the last 4 years have been done by Ajay Makan and the Congress on the ground before they actually aligned with the Aam Aadmi Party in the Lok Sabha elections. So basically, not just the BJP voters, but there is a significant chunk of Congress voters also who are pretty much swayed by that kind of narrative.
Okay, I want to come to the next question. Do you agree with this statement? The Aam Aadmi Party no longer represents the Aam Aadmi for which it fought 10 years ago. So is the Aam Aadmi Party still as strongly rooted in the Aam Aadmi Party roots, genes, which was where the DNA comes from? AAP no longer represents the common man. Do you agree? Naturally, amongst BJP voters, there's a very strong agreement to discount that. But look at the overall figures. 56% of overall respondents say they think that AAP no longer represents the common man in the way that AAP said it did 10 years ago. Agree to some extent is 14%. Disagree to some extent is 8%. Neither agree nor disagree is 7%. But almost 6 out of 10 respondents. This is the other point which is disconcerting, Jasmine Shah, and you study data analytics closely. This aspect of AAP no longer being the party with a difference, born out of a corruption, anti-corruption movement, a party which is very different from the Congress and the BJP. That was the original promise. Our data from this poll seems to suggest that a large number of voters don't buy that argument any longer. That okay, they'll judge you for good or for bad, but it's not as if they think that you're very different from the others.
Rahul, all opposition parties since the beginning, including BJP and Congress, they have tried to paint AAP as nothing but one of them. They know that unke upar kisi ko vishwas nahi, but AAP has become one of them. But the voters of Delhi know, and not just the voters of Delhi, I think your viewers watching this show across India know that if today there is one political party that talks about issues of the common man, that talks about reforming government schools, that talks about building a world-class free public healthcare system, from primary care to tertiary care, that talks about giving some kind of relief to the Aam Aadmi, be it free electricity, free water, Mahila Samman. Who's talking about these issues? Even in this campaign, it is only the Aam Aadmi Party. Look at Sanju Verma, look at BJP, look at Congress. Their entire campaign has been to throw muck at Aam Aadmi Party. They never articulate the issues of the common man. The common man wants law and order. They want safety on the streets for women and for elderly. They will never talk about these issues. So it is our work that differentiates us. You can, frame questions in any which way. But today, the issues of the people who's seen working on it, only the Aam Aadmi Party.
Okay, I want to come to the next question. Do you think the Mukhyamantri Mahila Samman Yojana will benefit AAP in the upcoming assembly elections? Let's take a look at the responses to this question. Does this Mahila Samman Yojana, which helped Shivraj Singh Chauhan in Madhya Pradesh, helped Eknath Shinde and Devendra Fadnavis in Maharashtra, will it benefit AAP? 53% of overall respondents say yes. 64% of AAP voters think yes. Even almost 40% of BJP voters say Mahila Samman Yojana will benefit the Aam Aadmi Party. Now this is the problem, Sanju Verma, from the perspective of the BJP, that 40% of BJP voters think that this Mahila Samman Yojana, which helped your governments in Madhya Pradesh and Maharashtra, will benefit the Aam Aadmi Party in the assembly elections.
Rahul, I first and foremost, with no offense to you, because you're somebody who on live television is quick to correct people when they make wrong allegations and speak facts which are completely off the tangent. He said that, very quickly in 20 seconds.
Ma'am, respond to my question. 40% of BJP voters say Mahila Samman Yojana will benefit AAP. Can you please respond to the question that I'm asking you?
I will respond to the question you are asking, but your viewers need to know that the GTB hospital was set up in 1987. It was not set up by Arvind Kejriwal. Your viewers need to know Indira Gandhi Hospital was set up in 1969. It was not set up by Kejriwal. Your viewers need to know that, Aruna Asaf Ali Hospital was set up in 1996. It was not set up by Kejriwal. And you failed to fact check the Aam Aadmi Party. It is my duty as the BJP.
Ma'am, he didn't say that he set up the hospital. He spoke about capacity expansion. He didn't speak about that.
Now let me answer your question.
No, one second. He spoke about building new OPD facilities, additional beds. He never claimed he set up that hospital. Leave that on the side. Leave that on the side. Respond to my question. 40% of BJP voters think Mahila Samman scheme could benefit the AAP in the assembly election. Respond to this, ma'am.
With no offense to what your polls say, I will just say this, that the thing that is uppermost on the minds of the Delhi voters today, Rahul, is the fact that 2026 crore of Delhi's taxpayer money was frittered away by way of the Delhi liquor scam thanks to Arvind Kejriwal, Sanjay Singh and Manish Sisodia. And in 20 seconds, Rahul, 2026 crore could have built at least 1515 bullet trains, at least 1717 Vande Bharat trains, at least 22 Delhi metro trains, at least 1000 electric buses, at least 200 kilometers worth of 4-lane highways, at least 400 kilometers worth of urban roads, and at least 2000 kilometers worth of rural roads. That is what the Delhi ki जनता is asking. हमारे 2026 करोड़ क्यों खा गई अरविंद केजरीवाल की सरकार?
Okay, I'm out of time. Jasmine Shah wants to make a very quick response before I wrap up. Jasmine, 15 seconds.
Sanju is only underlying my point that when we talk about Mahila Samman Yojana, they have no response. They're not articulating any vision for the women of Delhi. They're not saying how much will they give. It is only Arvind Kejriwal and Aam Aadmi Party that is thinking about the future. Sanju Verma and her party is only in Gali Galoj. They only are doing abuses and mugs. And at the same time, they are saying that they will cut down all your subsidies. That is the difference between BJP and Aam Aadmi Party.
Okay. Siddharth Mishra, I'm out of time, but since you have your hand up, I'm going to give you an opportunity to make a very quick interjection. Siddharth Mishra.
Talk about
The point is that all your and I'm very sure Yashwant will also agree to it. At the end of the day, who is paying how much to the voter is going to matter in this election. What we have seen in past 10 years, all these resonations, all these things are perception building, talking points, leading us up to the poll. Whichever party is able to convince of a larger alliance to the voter post-election is going to win this election.
Okay.
Let me keep it that way.
Voter ko kya chahiye? Paisa chahiye. That's the most important thing. I'll leave it there. Yashwant, for your field work. Thank you. Siddharth Mishra for your insights. Jasmine and Sanju Verma for giving us your political perspective. Thank you very much. So this was the political stock exchange for this week.